which we consider the avalanche breakdown. So when the PN junction diode is lightly doped and low reverse bias, if we increase the PN junction diode reverse bias slowly and the junction is lightly doped. That means, what is the meaning of the lightly doped? Lightly doped that means that is the minimum number of impurities are added across the PN junction. So it is considered as a lightly doped PN junction. And if you now increase the reverse bias, if we increase, in that case, what is happen? So across the depletion region, when the carrier, the reverse carrier or magnetic carrier are moved, in that time, the magnetic carrier, if we consider the physical existence of the magnetic carrier, that is electron, that in that case, that electron get the high kinetic energy, collide with the another atom and create the EH pair. Okay, electron hole pair is created, and again when the collision is occurred, then the another electron, when it is the tear out from this covalent bond, rupturing the covalent bond, all the covalent bond are saturated when it is the unbiased condition. When we consider the reverse bias, if we increase slowly, and the reverse, when we increase the reverse bias and slowly and lightly doped PN junction, then the electron, the saturated electron are now tear out from the covalent bond, get the sufficient kinetic energy, and it collide with the another covalent bond, tear out the another electron and create the another EH electron hole pair. So it is the simultaneous process is carried out over here. So it is considered as the one type of carrier multiplication, energy multiplication, as the avalanche multiplication we will consider. So when it is a lightly doped, then the carrier are collide with the covalent bond and generate the EH pair, the electron hole pair. So again, the electron or the carrier is collide another covalent bond and generate the EH pair. So the process is going on simultaneously. So the process is going on simultaneously, and the current is now increase rapidly as breakdown process. So if we draw the characteristics in here, so this type of characteristics we introduce over here. So this current is considered as the reverse saturation current. We already introduced reverse saturation current. And similarly, when we increase the reverse bias and lightly doped junction, in this point the avalanche breakdown is occur, where the the covalent bond are rupture simultaneously by the electrons with collide the covalent bonds and generate the EH pair. And when the EH pair is generated, automatically saturated electrons or valence electron are tear out from the valence band and produce the current, and that time it is considered the avalanche breakdown. Now if we increase the biasing, so it is greater than 6 volt, the avalanche breakdown, is generated due to the greater than 6 volt. Okay, and always the breakdown increase due to increase of temperature. So in avalanche breakdown, temperature coefficient is positive. I repeat again, when we apply the temperature, if we increase the temperature, automatically avalanche breakdown, the breakdown for this case, the breakdown is increased due to this avalanche, due to this temperature when it is increased. So under these circumstances, this breakdown temperature coefficient is positive. Now if we increase the reverse bias and highly doped PN junction, when the PN junction is highly doped, and if we increase the temperature, and as well as if we increase the reverse bias, highly doped junction, in that case what is happened? In that case, all the covalent bonds are ruptured directly due to this high reverse bias and highly doped junction. So for that case, this region, the Jenner breakdown is occur. So in that case, it is considered as the Jenner breakdown. And these two regions, avalanche breakdown, the Jenner breakdown, we can regulate the voltage as the voltage regulator. We can regulate the voltage, these two regions, for the avalanche breakdown and Jenner breakdown, that is considered as the voltage regulator. So for the Jenner breakdown, if we consider Jenner breakdown, that is highly doped. Highly doped means that is high impurity materials are added over this PN junction diode. So highly doped and high reverse field applied across the junction. In that case, all the covalent bond ruptures directly due to high reverse field. Due to high reverse field, all the covalent bonds are ruptured in that case. Okay, and under these circumstances, if we increase the temperature, the breakdown is decreased, and it is happen less than 6 volt. This Jenner breakdown is happen less than 6 volt, and in that case it is negatively triggered. So under the circumstances, when we increase, the breakdown is decreased, so it has the Jenner breakdown, but that means Jenner breakdown negative temperature coefficient. It has that negative temperature coefficient. So the carrier, when it is highly doped, and when the reverse field is enough high, all the carriers are collide to trigger this avalanche process. So initially, when we apply the reverse bias condition, the avalanche breakdown and avalanche process is introduced. This is the one type of carrier multiplication. Carrier multiplication is considered over here. And similarly, when we increase the voltage, the reverse voltage or reverse field, if we increase very high and it is less than 6 volt, basically Zener breakdown is occur less than 6 volt. So under these circumstances, all the covalent bond are ruptured directly. So if we increase the temperature, so in that case, that breakdown may be saturated or very low. So in that case, it is considered as the negative temperature coefficient. So for this case, when we increase the when we increase the reverse bias, so in under these circumstances, we can change or we can regulate the voltage according to the applied field. So if we consider the Zener diode, the symbol of the Zener diode as this one. So it is the highly doped. So that is the Zener diode symbol. Okay. So highly doped Zener diode, when we will consider. So if we consider the IZ is the Zener current and VZ is the Zener voltage. VZ and IZ are the Zener current and Zener voltage, and IZO, that is the Zener threshold current. What is the Zener threshold current? Minimum amount of voltage applied across the Zener, then the current is produced across the Zener diode. Reverse current is produced. That is considered as the threshold current, Zener threshold current. And if we consider the VZ by IZ ratio, that is the DC resistance of Zener, and the rate of change of VZ to rate of change of IZ, that is the dynamic resistance of Zener. So this is considered as the DC resistance VZ by IZ, and del VZ by del IZ, the dynamic resistance of the Zener. Now, if we consider how does Zener diode acts as an voltage regulator. So main application of the Zener diode, it is acts as an voltage regulator. Suppose this is a circuit. This point potential and this point potential are same due to this shunt configuration. And this is the one of circuit, equivalent circuit diagram of this voltage regulator. This is the equivalent circuit of the voltage regulator. Now, if we apply the Kirchhoff's current law over here, that is I equal to IZ plus IL. I equal to the total current I, that is equal to IZ plus IL, and VZ, that is equal to V equal to IR. If we apply the KVL in this loop, that is V equal to IR plus VZ. So VZ equal to V minus IR. I into R. V equal to I, VZ equal to I into R. And we also know VZ equal to IL into RL. What is VZ? VZ is equal to the voltage across the Zener. The Zener voltage is nothing but the voltage across this load resistance. If we consider the voltage across the load resistance as VZ, so VZ equal to IL into RL. Now, if we change this VZ, so if we consider the change of VZ, so del VZ, that is equal to RL into del IL. If we consider the rate of change, simply rate of, if we change this VZ, del VZ, So it is RL into IL del IL. So if the VZ is the Zener voltage, minimum voltage is applied to on the Zener. So the VZ is constant, then del Vz is equal to 0. So if del Vz equal to 0, then del IL into RL, that is also 0. But RL is not equal to 0, definitely. So IL that is equal to definitely 0. Okay. So similarly, if we consider IL equal to in here 0 when Vz equal to 0, so definitely for this circuit, if we consider the constant voltage, the current is also constant. So for a constant voltage V, then I is also constant. So del I that is equal to 0. So I equal to IL plus IZ. We all already introduced. So del I equal to del IL plus del IZ. So if del I equal to 0, then del IL equal to minus of del IZ. So del IL minus of del IZ. So in here, if we consider del IL equal to 0, then similarly del IZ also 0. So if we introduce the load, so from this case, we can conclude that if the load current is increased, then Zener current is decreased, but Zener current if constant, then del IZ tends to 0. So if we change the Zener current, automatically the load current may be varied, and when the load current may be varied, on that case we can change the load voltages also, and on the basis of IZ we can regulate or we can change the output voltage, the load voltage, and that load voltage is can considered from this equation. Okay, and on the basis of this IV diagram, in the previous when we introduced about the IV diagram, the characteristic diagram, in the characteristic diagram we also introduced from the avalanche breakdown to Zener breakdown, when we changes the load voltage, we can regulate the voltage on the basis of the different number of the current. Okay, so on the basis of that, if we introduce one numerical problem, we'll introduce one numerical problem. Please note it down. For the figure, please draw this figure again. Please draw the figure. This is the figure A. This figure A1 or figure A or figure 1. So this on the basis of this problem, we can easily conclude one numerical, or the basis of the numerical problem, we can easily conclude how does the Zener give as a voltage regulator. Okay, so at first draw the diagram. Next I will introduce one problem on that. Please, all are requested, please draw the diagram. Okay, at first hurry up. Anyone, the class representative, I am requesting the class representative, please send the today's attendance in my WhatsApp group. Okay, hello, please take a snap and give me the attendance record for this class. Okay, diagram is complete or not? Hello, fine. So now problem 1, in the circuit, please note it down, in the circuit the supply voltage is V equal to 15 volt, the 12 volt comma 0.36 watt Zener diode operates diode current of 2 milliampere. Calculate the series resistance R and the range over which the load resistance RL can be varied. So I repeat again the questionnaire. So all are please introduce. I already introduced the figure circuit diagram. That circuit diagram, the series voltage is V and series resistance is considered as R, and voltage is VZ, that is the Zener voltage, and load resistance as RL, and load voltage is considered as the VZ, which is parallel or shunt in configuration, configuration with respect to this diode D. If we consider this is the diode D, this is the diode D. So it is a shunt configuration. So these 2 point potential are same. So on the basis of that, we will given one problem, that is the in the circuit the supply voltage V is 15 volt. So I repeat again the diagram over here. This is the 15 volt V. R is unknown. Zener diode VZ, that is equal to 12 volt, and PZ is the maximum power dissipated through Zener, that is 0.36 watt, and RL is given over here. RL is given. So there are want to know what is the value of this RL R over here. Calculate the series resistance R, the range of the of which the load resistance RL can be varied. So RL, if we consider the RL is varied, so in that case, what is the range of RL we can vary, and the series resistance of R it is considered over here. So can you given the what is the maximum Zener current? Maximum Zener current as the maximum Zener current considered as PZ by VZ, because PZ is the maximum power dissipation, that is IZ VZ. So from here we can write down PZ by VZ is the maximum Zener current, IZ max, that is PZ equal to 0.36 by 12, that is 30 milliampere. It is considered as the 30 milliampere. Now, if the load resistance RL is infinite, if the load resistance RL is infinite, so in that case, IL is also infinite. So in that case, IZ is minimum. So IZ is minimum when RL is tends to infinite. If RL is tends to infinite, so IZ is minimum. So maximum IZ max. So I is maximum, that is 30 milliampere. So in here, if we apply the KVL, if we consider the voltage drop across this resistance as VR, so V equal to VR plus VZ. So V equal to VR plus VZ. So what is the value of VR? VR equal to V minus VZ. So what is the value of VR? V equal to VR equal to 15 minus 12 volt. So it is 3 volt. VR equal to 3 volt. It is defined as VR equal to 3 volt. So if we consider the VR equal to the 3 volt, and in here, if we consider the VR equal to the 3 volt, so I equal to 30 milliampere, the maximum current flown inside the circuit, if RL is infinity, if consider the RL is infinity, that means if we consider the RL is infinity, so in that case, this is open circuit. When it is considered the infinity, when it is considered as the infinity, then it is the open circuit. Okay. So in that case, under the circumstances, what is the value of I? So value of R, that is equal to VR by I. So what is the value of VR? VR equal to 3 divided by 30 milliampere ohm. So it is equal to 10 to the power 10 kilo ohm. R equal to 10 kilo ohm maximum. Okay. And if we consider I equal to IL plus IZ from the KCL, I equal to IL plus IZ, that is 30 equal to IZ is minimum is IL maximum and IL minimum is 2. So IL max, that is equal to 30 minus 2 milliampere, that is 28 milliampere. So IL max equal to 28 milliampere. So RL minimum, in that case, when IL max, then RL is minimum because it is a reciprocal with each other. So 12 by the voltage VZ equal to 12 volt divided by 28 milliampere. So into 10 to the power 3. So what is the value? Value is, find out the value of this one, ohm. What is the value of this one? 12 by 28. Please give me the answer. 12 by 28.
(0.42).
428.6 ohm. So these are RL minimum. So maximum load resistance is 10 kilo ohm to R. It is the R max. It is R max or R, and RL varied from infinity to 428.6 to given the result, and R is 10 kilo ohm. These are result. So this is the result we can introduce over here. So this type of problem is very much interesting at your exam. Okay. So any doubt regarding this matter? Hello?
No, sir.
If there is any doubt, you can tell me over here. Okay. So next, another problem we'll introduce, problem 2. In the same figure, Zener diode has R equal to 100 ohm and RL equal to 1 kilo ohm. Determine which voltage, which supply voltage V can vary without loss of regulation of circuit. In the same figure, Zener diode R equal to 100 ohm and RL equal to 1 kilo ohm. I just repeat again the circuit, time is very low. So this is RL, that is equal to 1K, R equal to 100 ohm, This is a V, this is a plus, this is a minus, and this is the Vz, and this current is considered as Iz, and this current is considered as IL. So this is the diagram, circuit diagram. So determine the limit between the supply voltage varies V for the loss of the regulation of the circuit. So what is IL? So IL equal to 12 volt. It is already considered the 12 volt. IL is considered as the 12 divided by the previous one, the 12 volt. Vz is considered over here 12 volt. 12 volt divided by 100. Sorry, 100 not, this is 1K, 1 milliampere. So 12 milliampere. IL equal to the 12 milliampere, and Iz is considered as the 2 milliampere over here. So total current I, if we apply the Kirchhoff's law, total current I equal to Iz plus IL. How? In here we consider this current is IL and this is Iz. So this is current I. So this current is flown in this circuit, in this node. It is divided into two parts. One part is Iz and another part is the IL. So I equal to Iz plus IL. So total current I is considered as 12 plus 2 milliampere. That is 14 milliampere. It is considered as the 14 milliampere. So V equal to IR plus Vz. If we apply the KVL in this loop, if we apply the KVL, V equal to I into R plus Vz. So in that case, V minimum, that is equal to I into R Vz mean. So what is the mean value of Vz mean? That is equal to I into R VR Vz mean, that is equal to VR plus Vz mean. So what is the value of VR? VR equal to I into R, that is equal to 14 into 10 to the minus 3 into 100 volt. So what is the value? 1400 into 10 to the minus 3 volt, or 1.4 volt VR. So in here we can write down the VR as 1.4 volt. So V mean is equal to VR plus Vz mean. So that is equal to 12 plus 1.4 volt. V mean equal to minimum voltage is required 13.4 volt. Okay, it is the V minimum. Minimum voltage is required for the 13.4 volt, and the maximum general current appears 30 milliampere. So I equal to 30 plus 12 milliampere. So that is 40 milliampere from the previous problem. That is 40 milliampere. So VR equal to 42 milliampere. 30 plus 40, 12 is 42 milliampere into 10 to the minus 3 into 100 volt. So it is 4.2 volt. So V max, that is equal to VR plus Vz min. So that is equal to V max, and this is a maximum. So Vz max. So V max, that is equal to 4.2 plus 12 volt. So it is 16.2 volt. V max. So if the range of V min is 13.4 volt and V max is 16.4 volt. So it can vary. So this voltage may be varied. So this voltage may be varied 13.4 volt to 16.2 volt. So same numerical problem may be arise in your examination. So please solve it like this way. for this Zener diode. In the next one, we will just consider the previous same problem, that is Imax, maximum current is flowing through this circuit is 30 milliampere, and that current is now considered as I equal to Iz plus IL. So load current is considered is equal to 12 milliampere and I equal to Iz maximum current 30 milliampere from the previous problem. So in that case, I equal to 42 milliampere. So for that case, we can consider for the KVL, VR equal to 42 milliampere into 100 volt. Okay, I into R. So in that case, it is 4.2 volt. So Vmax equal to VR plus Vz max, the Zener maximum current voltage. So in that case, it is 4.2 plus 12 volt. Okay. So this type of problem may be introduced in your exam. So it is very, very important problem. After this session, after this class, I shall upload this document in your WhatsApp group, and I also upload this video lecture in your YouTube. Please follow the YouTube channel and subscribe that. And on the basis of that, you can introduce every day session in your YouTube link. If any student may be missed in this class, they can also review their class from your YouTube channel, corresponding YouTube channel. So next class will be scheduled tomorrow 12:30 to 2 p.m. Okay, because there is no class for the tomorrow there is no class. So in that case, I can take the class from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Tomorrow Saturday. Okay, so this is the discussion on the Zener breakdown, avalanche breakdown, Zener diode, how does the Zener diode acts as a voltage regulator, and some numerical problem on the Zener we also introduce over here. Okay, thank you. Is any doubt, you can discuss over here. Otherwise, it is okay. Any doubt? Is there is any doubt,
No,
you
sir.
can raise your query over here. Otherwise, it is okay. We can leave the session. Okay. Thanks a lot and have a nice day. Thanks.